What's going on, guys? So today we got our good friend Preston over here with his 1970 Ford Fairlane that we built for him a few months back. So Preston's going to tell you here a little bit about what we all did for his car.
Back in 2012, I bought this car. It was a project for me and my dad. I was supposed to work on it with another shop, and we worked on it for every weekend for a long time, and then it just sat there for a while. And I brought it over here in 2021, and it was finished in the summer of 23.
It sat for a good while. We had a lot going on around that time, but this was a pretty big project.
So when we dropped it off at the other shop, we sandblasted the entire thing. We took out the original engine, got the original engine rebuilt, took out all the interior, redid all the interior there. They painted it there. After it was painted and all the interior was semi-complete, it kind of just sat there. So when I brought it over to HRB, I kind of had it dead set in my mind. I wanted to go all original. Started talking to Luke and Jordan. They were like, you should really put a Gen 3 Coyote. You should really put a Gen 3 Coyote. And I was like, my dad's not going to go for that. Then we just started talking about it, the reliability of the Gen 3, and it was going to be faster. And I was like, I like faster, so.
I want to go fast.
Howdy, this here is our 1970 Ford Fairlane. It's got a Gen 3 Coyote motor going in there. We had to do a lot of trimming to get this thing to fit, but this is a car we're building for one of our good buddies, Preston, and we're kind of doing like a Resto-mod feature on it, so this thing's gonna have some cool modern touches to it. Gonna be a fun build to do. So we haven't done a whole lot yet. We've started running some of the wires to the back and front of the car, and all we've done so far is cut these shock towers just enough to make the motor slide over in there, and make a transmission cross member too, so all that bolts in there. But this is gonna be a pretty neat build.
Why are you doing arts and crafts? I thought you were a mechanic.
I thought I was a mechanic too, but you know, apparently the job calls for arts and crafts. So I gotta make a little mount for the dash, the digital dash we got here for this Fairlane. So I've gotta somehow make it look nice and pretty in this this dash piece. So I'm making a template out of like this cardstock first before I start getting out the aluminum and start bending and rolling and all kinds of stuff, try to make it look pretty. So I'm trying to get my ideas running through right now and see if it's even gonna work. Testing phase. This was a pretty big project because we had to completely cut out the old strut towers and front suspension, all that, and drop in an Anthony Jones engineering front suspension kit for a Mustang. Had to really trim up the shock towers so that we can drop the big old Gen 3 Coyote down in there. That 10-speed automatic transmission is huge up underneath there. So getting everything to fit right was just a big hassle, but we were able to get it all worked out. Got wheel woods front and back with the electric e-brake.
Push button shifter.
Push button shifter, we've got a digital dash, Bluetooth radio, all that stuff. We kind of opted for the push button shifter because we didn't really want to do the column shift anymore, and with the 10-speed automatic transmission, you know, usually in the Mustangs they're on the floor, but this has the bench seat still, so trying to keep that floor shifter on there and like possibly having a third person in the middle and the front would be kind of difficult. So we found the push button shifter from PAC Electronics, I believe is the name of the brand, and they have a really cool kit. It's a box that mounts up underneath the car, and it runs a cable out to the shifter linkage on the side of the transmission, and you just press the button. You obviously have to calibrate everything, but once you get that, press all the buttons and it shifts it right to where it needs to be. So that was a really cool feature we were able to kind of all figure out together, because that was the first time we'd done anything like that also. So now we've actually incorporated that on a couple other builds, and it's actually a really good product. So I hope Preston's still happy with his electronic shifter.
Awesome.
Good. So that one was a pretty big hurdle that we were able to figure out. Turned out really nice. Preston's been driving it like the Dukes of Hazzard, so we love to see that.
Always. So some of the things that I wanted specifically for this car, like the wheels, I wanted like a more modern wheel, loud sound system. The exhaust, we did a Valvetronic, and it's got a push button where I can open and close the valves.
This is our first time doing like the Resto-mod thing. We do a bunch of like Mustangs with like put the original motor back into it, but kind of the first time putting a newer motor in an older car. So obviously it has its challenges. Come behind somebody is always a little difficult because you don't know what they've done and have to redo something for what you want to do. But I liked it. It turned out good, and I think he's happy with it. So
it was really cool getting to have two of my best friends build this for me. Getting to tell my friends like, oh, these are my two best friends, and they got to build this car. So it just makes it a little bit more special. Really got to enjoy spending a lot of time with them, trying to make decisions, and oh, we can do this, and a really fun project. So y'all want to take it for a ride?
Let's go.
Whoa, giant to a maggot, big boss status. Ain't gon' lie, I really wish they would like a cabin. I ain't do no front and get my money on the back end. Yesterday's price ain't today, now we taxing. Way out the fear, ain't no way out for me. They always told me I'm the wave, like I'm way out. And see, I know some real ones turn state, ain't no way I could be out here living like a villain, only way up for me. Moving out the purges, I give time if it was worth it. If you coming for my fam, then you know I take it personal. Say that you the GOAT, I asked around, I never heard of you. Rocky road ahead, and there's some things I had to hurdle. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, y'all about to get me going. Yeah, pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, y'all about to get me going. Yeah, windows down, so all the haters see me. Back then they didn't want me, now they wanna be me. Keep the grass cut low, cause them snakes still sleazy. Always knew I had to glow, I just had to find a